Hello everyone, myself Dhruvita Thamilia. This is our last day of the presentation, which was in African literature. This is the topic: the role of class and culture in shaping New York's experience in joys of motherhood. Buchi M. Cheta is the Nigerian writer and write, was a Nigerian writer. She is mainly focused on the difficulty and unequal role of women in both immigrant and African society and explore the tension between tradition and modernity. M. Cheta's work introduced three major themes: the quest for equal treatment, self-confidence, and dignity as a woman. Much of her fiction has focused on a politics and racial prejudice and is based on her own experience as both a single parent and migrant woman who live in Britain. M. Chata's writing document the author's multi-layered yet interesting identities, the diasporic single woman, the sociologist observing grim urban realities, the best-selling novelist, the narrator of African myth and tradition that clash against modernity, the recreator of continent enslaved traumatic historical past. M. Cheta's attention to gender and racial differences is therefore always coupled with her investigation of how this overlaps with education, poverty, and enslavement in women's quest towards self-determination and empowerment. Because of his concern towards self-characterization of a black woman, she always used the word womanist rather than feminist. Introduction of the novel. According to Stanley Urdu, The Joys of the Motherhood is the feminist novel and advocate the theory of feminism. This gospel with the customer to the needs of black and African American people include men, women, and children. It also look at African women's problem historically, taking into consideration racial, cultural, national, economic, and political challenges, as well as sexist one with the ultimate objective of protecting the existence and unity of all black African group. Buchi M. Cheta accept this humanist gospel in the joys of motherhood, addressing sexist treatment of women as well as racial issue, national political, patriarchal, culture, and economical condition of the character. The novel, multi-faced approach to women issue underscore the need for men, women, and children to work together to survive at the end of the novel. The joys of the motherhood, the novel. At the starting of the novel, we come to know novel open with the character of Nuigo, who is attempt to suicide as she is not able to save her child. As she after a long time she got pregnant and due to her poverty she is on the work and when she returned she found her child died, so she decided that now I am not able to fulfill the responsibility, as African believe that woman's responsibility is to give a birth of the child and take care of the child. So novel start with the scene that she is attempt to suicide. New Ego's simple dream of becoming a mother, a dream rooted in cultural value of Igbo society, where motherhood is the primary source of women's self-esteem and public status, and happily realized several times over in his new setting. The pleasure associated with motherhood that the protagonists so eagerly anticipate, however, are ultimately neglected by the difficult economic condition of a new urban environment. In short, there are so her husband, the knife, who hadn't have a permanent job, though he had no worry. But the woman, Nuigo, is working and lose her child, so she has a blame for the incident, and knife leave her, and she is thinking that now she has no life, so she decide to attempt suicide. The novel focusing on the grueling battle, a battle that ends in a loss of for Nuigo. At the end, in the whole novel, she is trying to be motherhood. She is proving herself as the best mother. But at the end of the novel, she is the alone as her child grow and start living their own life according to their own term and condition, according to their career and the place they want to live. Modern Africa, place of woman versus cultural value. Africa has decided some not Africa, but the colonizer had decided some rule and the term of living life for the woman in law, custom, and social order. The colonial experience in Malawi and Zimbabwe indicate the white people during colonialism severely condemn African sexual morality and women's status. They were considered to have no sexual moral at all. According to colonizer, that African women have a no moral in sexuality. For example, Lomwe people of Central Africa were described their morality so low, adultery was not considered an offense. It was also reported about the women of the Mangans that the chastity of women on their feeling on the subject is not considered. It is their custom to occasionally change wife. They believe that the men who have a more wife, they are more richer. They have a right to choose more than a one wife. Another area on which African women's morality was decided was the dressing style. Colonizer decided the way of dressing for the African people, as they have to dress up themselves as a Britisher did. So they feel that they are superior than the African people. Role of women played in Igbo society according to Nigerian people or African people. Teresa Direction write in her article that as Kemen Okunzo points out, the popular belief that African women were important and or trivial in the male-dominated community of Igbo culture is a gross misconception. While men's labor was widely considered to be more prestigious than women's labor, and while practice of polygamy and patriarchal domicile married women dwelling in their husband's village rather than their own secure men's power over women's general. Igbo women still consider influence both within their marriage and with the larger community. Women, for example, were a major force in society, economy. They have planted their own crops, sold their crops, and they have no right to choose husband also. In Igbo pre-colonial claims like the woman's only role is to give a birth to the child. If woman is not capable to give a birth to a child, then they are failing in the Igbo society's rule. In the novel, how character of Nuigo is portrayed, like according to Hiren Kumar, Buchi and Cheta applies Western feminist ideology of motherhood. At the starting of the novel, we know that Nuigo is only concentrating on the how she prove herself as a best mother. As her mother also facing same problem that she is not able to become mother. Then Nuigo also have a same problem that she is not have a child, and when she got child he died. Then he married a second time with the knife. She got a child, and then she believed that money is nothing, but if I have a money and poverty cannot both the connect with the child. If I want child, then I have to live up in poverty. Nuigo, who enjoyed her life being a mother of many children in order to have a comfortable old age, she thought that if I have a more child, I will be more comfortable in my old age. But the thing is not going in this way. When she was asking to her husband that give me money for the survival of the child, as they are suffering from the poverty, then her husband says that I am not giving you penny because I haven't penny to give you. And when she again asked, then it is your responsibility to feed your children as best you can. These words indicate the woman is a slave of man. She is subject of oppression by patriarchal society. New ego has experience of marginalization and oppression as a mother in Mjeta's view of the African patriarchy. Motherhood of the new ego. It is important to access the meaning of motherhood for the new ego. For according to new ego, the only role of woman is to give a birth to the child. She believes that woman who is a fertile is seen as a commodity because she is a means for her husband to express his virility and role in community. For her, all the women stand to gain from motherhood is to comfort to knowledge, knowing she will be cared for by her children and community in her old age. New ego is also come to a belief that only son are asset to the Igbo society. She had remained herself of the old saying that money and children don't go together. If you spend all your time making money and getting rich, the God wouldn't give you any children. If you want children, you had to forget money and be content to be poor. It is this kind of generalization that keep Nuigo in the life of poverty. She believes mother is the only ticket our misery. Because of the new ego so readily accept the belief different from the Ogbach description, she lost all self-identity outside of the what she accept to be her role as a woman. As will be seen, new ego never assumed the role of midwife or She never dares to dream of those standards for herself. Instead, she became complete within a stifling self-image. In this way, motherhood became her prison. Amjata's portrayal of motherhood is the one that doesn't provide prestige or comfort, but rather one that continues to rob New York of tools to cope with her new colonial surroundings. In the entire novel, she is struggling with her child and getting the money for her child and making her child a comfortable life. But at the end, when she dying, she is the alone. There is nobody to hold her hand and take care of her. At the end, she says that I was born alone, I shall die alone. What have I gained from all this? Yes, I have many children, but what do I have to feed them on? On my life, I have to work myself to go on to look after them. I have to give them my all. And if I am lucky enough to die in a peace, I even have to give them my soul. Conclusion. At the end, we can say that motherhood in the novel, Nuigo is not trying to enjoy the title, but she is trying to gain the motherhood. So the process of the gaining, she is not able to enjoy the motherhood. Here in the novel, Amchetta criticized the African idea that motherhood, the woman have no identity. She had the only role as a mother or as a wife, not as a woman. So novel ends with the irony that whatever she is doing all entire life, she is not get nothing in the end of the life. These are my citation. Thank you.
According to you, is Noigo a suppressed voice of African society?
Yes, according to me, as from the starting, she is only dreaming about being mother, being the rule of the Igbo society made the rule. According to the rule, colonizer made for them. She is not ever trying to get out of this. So, yes, she is.
So, how does Noigo's social class influence her experience as a mother in the joys of motherhood?
Yes, she is the first time she married with the guy where he lost his child. In second time when she married with the knife, when both are married on the terms, they both not from same community. So they are failing many kind of issues, social issues. While when knife and Nuigo is too much religious after the lost her first child. She is always in the like he always care for the knife. If she thought that if knife will leave her, then what will be her children do after that? As knife get go into army, then she also let write letter to her that send us money. They are not able to survive their child. Then she start working, and like that she always struggling with the poverty and the attention from the knife and the society.
Okay, so in your presentation, you have put this, no, the format that you have adopted. You can sit here, no problem. Is about